Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Guys, we have the new King card to check out. There was a King card, the promo before this one, where it was he a gold one? He might have been a gold one. Never checked out that card. We are going to be checking out this version of his card, though. He is 6'2", medium-high work rates, right-footed, 2-star skills with a 4-star weak foot. In-game player traits, he's got injury-prone, team player, so nothing too crazy. With his in-game stats, as of right now, the acceleration part of the card could be on the lower side, but obviously with the lengthy accelerates being a thing in this game, he is going to have 86 acceleration, 93 for sprint speed, so the lengthy should help that out a little bit, right? He has no shooting capabilities. Passing on the card is in an okay area for a card that is going to be playing as your center back in the team, so no big deal there. I wouldn't recommend playing a card like this in the right center back area. If you're playing like a 3-back formation, like you have to strictly use this card through the middle if his pace is lined up that way, but obviously we'll see. With his 6'2" height, what's his body type? Does it even say here? It doesn't say his body type. It's okay. We'll feel it out in game anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But with his body type in game, we're going to be trying that out with the dribbling stats because his agility, balance, and dribbling is on the lower side, but his reactions and composure is in the higher side. So some good stuff there on the shadow chemistry style. Defensive stats will be in a good area, and then for physical capabilities is in a decent area as well. But obviously, with improvements, it would definitely be a very nice thing to have. So even in the future, an anchor is not going to be the thing that you use on this card unless you play very, very conservative defense. You are going to be using this card on a shadow chemistry style for the most part to improve defense as much as possible, as well as the pace. Maybe there's a situation where you could potentially give them a catalyst and they just improve the base card stats for defense as high as possible, but I highly doubt it's going to be the situation, right? With a card like this, you got to hope for the acceleration and sprint speed to be as high as possible to play in the meta of this gameplay, right? So in game, I was using him a little bit in the right center back position because I was reviewing some other cards, but then I realized that this card has to be used in the center back position, like playing through the actual middle area because of pace being the way that it is, right? So we're going to be using him in that area. We'll see how he plays in game. Hopefully he's a beast.
Yes, thanks as always, Derek. We've got two good teams here, so I'm anticipating a really good game.
Logron switch.
Lovely weighted ball, they might be in. Must score.
So King in that situation, you could definitely tell like he doesn't have like a crazy running animation. Like he definitely needs that upgrade for pace.
They read that brilliantly at the back. The initial 11 today for the hosts. Gianluigi Donnarumma is the keeper. Kylian Mbappe.
Nice. Actually defends really well there. It could have amounted to a goal.
Plenty of support here. Oh, that's a pass of high quality.
Nice. Let's go, Isaac. Love that movement. Good stuff.
Arnold. Plenty of running room in the wide position. Still not.
Let's go, King.
Emmanuel Petit plays alongside Philippe Lam in the center of midfield, and then attack Thierry Henry plays alongside.
Oh, get it.
Mbappe.
We're good. Good tackle.
That, for me, is the area that's key today.
No.
How about the short corner? Well, I don't think that effort.
I think it goes for the reach at least.
Gerrard.
There you go, King. Good job. Needed that. Well done. Oh, Patrick Vieira, though. Oh, but Saliba. Sure. That's one way to score.
And the cross goes in.
What?
To get it away properly.
Why did he pass it backwards? Like, check my controller. What?
30 minutes to go then.
Oh, he better get the challenge off. Would have been in trouble there.
Neymar. And return to Pogba. It's got to be Neymar. Well, last gasp defending, but brilliant defending.
We're good. It's weird when it goes through your legs on one of those situations because you defend well, but then like you can concede a goal because the game decides to let it go through your legs, you know? Like what else am I supposed to do when I'm blocking that area?
Produce something exciting.
Go King.
Nothing comes.
And they could go on and score more. This could get really embarrassing.
Go King.
Clappy says play on. Well, he's retrospectively awarded the free kick, having let it flow initially.
Yeah, there I was just holding L trigger. He magnetized that, and I needed that, to be fair.
Mbappe. Well, he was in the right place to intercept. Paul Pogba.
Nice, King. There you go. Possession base 2.
The initial 11 today for the hosts. Marc-Andre ter Stegen stands between the posts. Sergio Ramos plays with Jose Maria.
Nice block again, King. Ah, I couldn't get the challenge there. Unlucky.
Back underway with the lead standing at 2-0.
Oh, nice. Powerful there, too.
Just look at the scoreline.
Good reach. Okay, guys. So final verdict on the Ledley King card. So interesting stuff with this card because he doesn't have the body type in game, but I have a very good idea of what his body type is like in game. It almost feels like stocky, if that makes sense. Like it's like a stocky body type. Like it feels like a Wayne Rooney card with the way that his defensive body type is like. That body type is really helpful when it comes to, you know, making really strong challenges, actually offering good defensive capabilities. Because here's the thing, right? On a Shadow Chemistry cell, you boosting the acceleration and sprint speed, obviously very important on a lengthy, but his really high defensive stats, it is noticeable. I played him playing through the center of that center back position for that 3-back formation. When I was playing him in the right center back position, it was a no-go because the pace is not high enough against the guys that are really using the pace against you. But through the middle, it's not as bad, right? Because what you work with through the middle is good interceptions, good standing tackles, good defensive animations, right? And when it comes down to those types of things, the card is perfectly fine. However, as of right now, it definitely, in my opinion, requires both of the upgrades for him to be, you know, worth a certain price range, right? A lot of people still use, you know, a card like Koulibaly, for instance, right? And I want to show you guys the pace difference of this card. So Koulibaly is a card that has 77 acceleration, 91 for sprint speed, but he's got a 99 for sprint speed at an 85 acceleration, but he has a unique body type. It's that hunchback body type that makes this card really effective to use in the meta of this gameplay, right? I don't think Koulibaly is the top tier. I still feel like, you know, the other center backs like Lucio and Varane and those guys, I feel like they're still better. But with King, it's one of those types of situations where you really do require that acceleration and sprint speed boost for it to work with his body type, with the way that the dribbling stats work out. For that, like, because you could see his animation for running and chasing after the ball, it's not light, right? Some players, they feel light. Like, have you guys ever used the Palinga card as a CDM? Palinga's running animation while being a lengthy player, even at lower acceleration and sprint speed, is a light feeling. When he chases after the ball, it's light. With these guys, it's stronger, which doesn't make them worse, okay? It makes their defensive animations pretty decent, to be honest, but you just need extra pace to kind of accommodate that a little bit, right? So that's definitely a very noticeable thing with the card. Generally speaking, he had really good defensive animations for the most part. It's very important for you to have a 4-star weak foot while working with good defensive capabilities, because his physical stats is in a decent area too. But you kind of hope that in the future, he also gets like a nice little +4 on that, because if his physical stats go higher to work with the way that his pace and body type works, that would also be a very beneficial thing to work with for sure. Yeah, anything else that I noticed? Like, not necessarily. I don't think it's like crazy special. For 435k price range, I think is gonna still go down personally, because I don't think he's like that crazy. But with the potential upgrades, I could see him being pretty decent, especially if they improve the pace to be in a good area. Like, that acceleration and sprint speed definitely needs to drastically increase for that to fit the meta of the game. If I want to play him in a situation where I actually want to feel like I want to manually defend a certain area, and then I have to like chase after the guy, right? It's just the chase after animation that you have to be mindful of for the most part. But everything else, when it came to like defensive animations, that came off pretty nicely. The physical stuff, I felt like I wanted just a little bit more on him, but it's kind of hand in hand with the pace and accelerating into those positions quickly to kind of defend. It's hard to make this comparison because it genuinely doesn't make any sense, but, you know, using him next to Saliba, I mean, we're going to do the review for this card, but it was like, it was shameful. You know what I'm saying? Like, Saliba is just like obviously it's more than double the price, right? But you know what I'm saying, especially for like the upgrades that you kind of have to hope for on this kind of card. So he doesn't have that thing. Like, even if you improve this card twice, I don't feel like he's going to feel like what Saliba currently feels like without an upgrade, right? But yeah, generally speaking, you know what the card kind of reminds me of a lot? It's like Ricardo Carvalho. It kind of reminds me of that, right? So it's a card that has like good defensive animations, right? But the pace split is what throws off the card. It's worse with Carvalho because he's not a lengthy, right? But it's just the pace split that's a little bit weird. But defensive animations, defensive qualities, those things come off great, you know? But it's just the pace. Whew, sorry, just had to sneeze quickly. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this review today. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.